Hello everyone and welcome to My Art, My Joy. Today we are joined by our friend in the arts, Mr. Charl Henning. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, thank you. As good as one can, but blessed to have enough to do what we can do. Yeah.
You understand? Yeah.
And yourself, how are you doing?
Me? Oh well, I'm blessed.
That's great.
I'm glad that you're here and I'll be talking to you and getting to know you better.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I've seen you in shows and I'm like, okay, this man is amazing. You're
Wow.
an amazing actor. I
Thank
haven't
you.
told the people what you do, but already I'm here. But anyway, tell me, who is this Charl that everybody's talking about, that, oh my goodness, is a beautiful actor and all that?
You say everybody's talking about. I hope it's not too. Is it acceptable things?
Yes, beautiful things.
Okay.
Beautiful
Then I know
things,
exactly
must
how
say.
to respond.
Okay, thank
So
you.
thank you for having me, first of all. Yes, and this is a great initiative to get everybody together and
Yes.
heard. And if we know who's out there, we know who to connect with.
Yes.
So thank you
True
once
that.
again for that opportunity, everybody. Yes, my name is Charl Henning, or Charl Henning. It's various ways of pronouncing
Charl,
it.
Charl.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I am a theatre arts practitioner. I'm based in Bloemfontein,
Yeah.
living in the Free State. Yes, I've been
Busy with your masters?
Yes, busy with masters. Yes, it's been
Yeah.
a long time. Yes, I'm not going to use the COVID excuse, but it's been a long time. But it's getting there.
getting
It's
there.
getting
Definitely,
there. Every day we're getting
definitely.
closer. So I've been in the industry for the last 10 years. I started practicing since 2013. I did my first professional show at Woordfees, and then from there on things developed.
Yeah.
Also teaching at the University of the Free State, do some part-time teaching there as well for
Yeah.
under and postgrad
Yeah.
students.
Yeah.
Started a company last year called Ahumba,
Humba.
and our slogan is inspiring growth.
I
And
love that. I
yes.
love that.
So we, Ahumba, first of all, is a company that specializes in providing high quality workshops in drama and theatre arts training, employee development, social upliftment,
Yeah.
and community building. We're also on the road to start producing as well, productions. But currently we have a National Arts Council funded project.
That you're
Yes,
busy with
it's
now.
a community development project.
Yeah.
A community theatre development project, sorry.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a project where we take members of the community who don't have access to higher learning
Yeah.
and give them a chance
To experience
yes,
theatre.
and transfer skills
Yeah,
on how
yeah.
to conceptualize, how do we
Yeah.
create it, how do we explore it, how do we put it together,
Yeah.
how do we refine it, how do we perform it, how do we manage it.
Characterization, all these things. Yeah.
And yes, that's within the performance refinement,
Yes,
exactly. So
yes.
they get skills now to create a project from the ground up and how to present it.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness, I like that.
So,
So you literally go to the communities, or do they come to you guys in town?
So I was approached by community members
Okay.
while I was at some kind of a braai or a party in Kasi.
Party.
It was like a
Ooh.
festival. There was
Yeah.
people singing, and it was quite fun.
Mm.
And I got connected with these guys, and
Yeah.
they said they wanted to do it, and I was like, well, let's create a project and do
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
So
why not?
you never do anything on your own. You're always influenced or inspired by someone.
Collaboration as well. You cannot
That's
do
it.
everything on your
Yes.
own.
So
Yeah.
now and then I do go in for sessions at school halls that we rent, or little classrooms. But for now, we are privileged enough to have a space to work with, and the Civic Theatre of Bloemfontein. We're blessed enough to bless us with the
Yeah,
space
yeah.
and with the facility, with
Yeah.
everything that we need to
Yeah.
continue our project, and we're very grateful for that.
Yeah, I like that. Okay,
so yeah, that's where we're
before we
working.
actually go furthermore,
Okay.
I need the audience or our viewers to actually know who Charl is and when did this love of art,
Okay,
stem for.
okay.
I really need to know the roots,
All right. So
Yeah.
I didn't start out with drama at all. I didn't know what I was going to do, so I started out with BCom General Management in business and things.
The way you're a
Didn't-
good actor, I thought you've always wanted to be an actor,
No. So I went to Joburg, wasn't happy there. I did some graphic designing and signwriting in the business, wasn't happy. And my mom told
Yeah.
me, well, if you want to come back to Bloem, you're going to come study drama. And
you know, our parents know. I'm sure she knew ever since you were young
she
that
said she knew
she just wanted to
from-
give you a chance to, you know, go around. You'll come back home and do what you love. I know.
And I'm very blessed for that.
Yeah.
I was still in a mindset of, it's my way out. So now, because
Yeah.
now I've been working for 2 years for the first time, found out how hard it is to look after yourself. Well, try to look after myself.
Yes.
And then come back to study again. And it was my way out, a free and drama. It's
Wow.
easy, it's easy. Wow,
No,
not
no,
easy,
it's not
but
easy.
rewarding and
Yeah,
fulfilling, definitely.
And healing. We heal people.
I will definitely get to that. So yes, so that's how I started out. So it became my passion. It was my way out, became my passion, and now it's my lifestyle. It's also my therapist. Yes, it's my
is.
passion, my
It is.
purpose, and my therapist.
That's why we say my art, my joy, because this is where you find happiness. This
And
is our healing place, our temple.
Definitely.
We connect mostly.
And it's at its peak when we can share it with an audience and they take part in that
Oh my
dance
goodness.
almost.
Oh my goodness.
We using words to indicate to something that doesn't function on words, so we can just express with our eyes.
You understand?
Yeah.
Or just stand there and stare into a space and people would actually want to see, what are you doing? You understand?
Yes, yes.
That is art.
And also, yes, so that's where it, I just want to quickly go back. So yeah, that's where it started for me and I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
It taught me that's where my life started to change. Got more aware, a bit controlled. I'm still a
Yeah.
fast-paced person, but
Yeah.
I was all over the place before
Sure.
drama. Learned me my confidence in myself, how to carry myself, taught me a lot of empathy.
Yeah.
Because when you're working with characterizations, you
Yeah.
can't judge a character because you're portraying that psychological presence. So empathy, collaboration, teamwork,
yes.
how to trust other people,
Yes.
how to trust yourself.
And how to work with different ethnic groups, you understand?
Exactly.
Yeah.
How to work intimately with diverse groups,
I
not just
know.
working
Well,
with
I saw you in the show,
intimately.
so I can attest to that.
Awesome show.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about that
Yes,
at some point.
definitely, yeah.
Our fellow Free State artist, Mr.
Yes.
Nico Taljaard, was the writer and the
Yeah.
director on that show. But
Oh,
we'll
I
get
saw
back to
him, the
that.
one who does clowning and stuff. Is it?
No,
Daria?
that's Mr. Shaka September.
Oh,
Yes.
this was another one. Oh my
It's another
goodness.
one.
Need
But
to get him
but
as
but
well.
but we'll get there. Sorry, I
Yes.
like to jump around a bit.
Definitely.
So please tell me to put on the brakes.
No, it's okay. Express yourself.
Yeah, I'm kind of enjoying talking about myself for the first time. I usually
Yes.
hated it, but now it's grown on
No,
me.
I think it's because you are talking to me.
That's also true. You're channeling all that self-consciousness away. But thank you, because how can I be
welcome.
stressed with such a lovely smile? Thank you. Feel so welcome. Yes. Okay. So once I got into that, then
Yeah.
I started teaching as well while I was studying for extra buck or two, and I fell in love with performing and
Yeah.
showing others how to do it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much my journey, yes. But I think it did start with my mom.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Because
saying,
parents
our
are usually
parents-
against drama and the value of it,
Yeah.
and
They'll be like, there's no money there.
no money there.
You understand?
But now that's also the thing with Ahumba is also created to also invite people to help us solve the problems of how can we manage and how can we
Sustainability.
sustain
Yes.
resources. With
Resources.
resource management, not only
Yeah.
with monetary value,
Yes.
but those kinds of things. And how can we help each other to just grow? Yeah.
Definitely.
It sounds
Definitely.
very idealistic, but it's definitely possible. And there are snags. We do find ourselves now and then in a bit of a conflict, a conflict of interest or things like that. But
Yeah.
that's a part of it.
Yeah.
How do you overcome
Definitely.
it? The resistance will
Definitely.
always be there, but how
Yeah.
do you overcome that? And I think that's what's great about this podcast as well, is let's start opening up the dialogue.
Yeah, you understand. Let's hear what our artists have to say.
Yes.
Because we do not go through the same journeys. So now we are here to actually learn how you manage to overcome that.
Yes,
How the
yes.
other person managed to overcome that. So that somebody who is sitting there at home watching us talking about this,
Yes.
they will be like, okay, so if this person was able to overcome that, so it means I can be able to overcome that as well. So this is a very beautiful platform, and yeah, Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we-
I want to add to that. That's
Yeah.
a brilliant point you're making.
Yeah.
Because most of the times we're like, okay, cool, you have to manage your things and you have to do it. And people are like, how do I do it? And I
Yeah.
think if we can just implement a certain principle that starts somewhere, like what is the outcome you want? What is the value that it holds for you? What is the meaning of it? And then what are the specific ways I can get to that?
True.
And that's what drama taught me as well. Like a character, what is it? The character's objective, what's the
Yes.
character's obstacles,
Yeah.
and what are the tactics? So the objective, for those who don't know, the listeners, is like, what do you want to achieve?
Yeah.
What is it that I want to do?
Yeah.
And what's the specific outcome that I want
Yeah.
for something?
Yeah.
And then there's sometimes it's valuable to identify what are the things that keep me from achieving
Yes,
that.
from
Is it something in
achieving that.
myself? Is it something
Yeah.
externally? Is it resources? Is it this? Is it that? Gives you a bit perspective on the situation.
And what are you willing to do?
And now, what you're willing to do, the
Yes.
tactics. How do I use my tactics? Also in acting, a term, but apply to my life. How do I use the tactics to get over that obstacle to
Yeah.
achieve that objective?
Yes.
And it's amazing, like the value that I find from practicing theatre or being a theatre practitioner.
Yeah.
It pours over into your life, whether you're aware of it or not. It
Sure. It's
helps
true.
with personal development and social development.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so keen on sharing it with people, because if it worked for me, I'm sure
Well,
it
it's
will work.
fulfilling.
And it's fulfilling. Yes. And yes, we all have our own journeys. And in the theatre arts, there are a lot of various channels or roads or variations within the industry
Yes.
that you can pursue. You know, whether it's in the technical side, whether it's on the designing side,
Yeah.
the performing side,
Yeah.
the direction, the creation.
The creation, you know,
a lot of
management side, everything. So now we are talking about you love doing workshops as well.
Yes,
So,
yes.
you know, as artists, sometimes we think that being on stage is the only thing that has to come up with being an artist. There's also other aspects.
Oh,
You
yes.
understand?
It's the performance or the show is only the tip of the iceberg. The
Yeah.
true value lies within the process.
Within the process.
Like every product is a summary of a process.
Yes.
You get me? So
Yes.
if your process is weak, your summary will be weak. Product will be weak, and not
Or
in a
if the foundation also is not strong,
Exactly.
there is no way you can be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve.
Because if you are lacking the wisdom and the knowledge
Yeah.
on how to do on this level, you will never progress in your process. Your process will always stay stagnant, and you know, it's then when we as artists get frustrated. How can I do this?
Definitely.
And I think
That's why we cannot be the master of all jacks. There has to be a stage
Yes.
manager. There has to be that and
we
that.
all
and
have
that.
our journey, our purpose. Yes, and it's in the arts. Like I find that it's one of the industries where you can be trained
Yeah.
as a lot of things. Like I can be a stage manager, I
Yeah.
can be a stage hand, I
Yeah.
can be a technical manager, I can be a lighting operator,
Yeah.
sound operator,
Yeah.
sound designer, lighting designer, costume designer, costume maker,
Yeah.
set designer, set
You're-
builder. There's a lot.
There's a lot. There's a lot of
I'm
jobs
only
within.
counting the things that I've done recently now, but yes,
But there
there's
is a lot.
you will always you will always have a lot of fields that will grow your expertise with, so you're not only
Yes.
stuck as a performer or not only stuck as a director or as a
No,
but
you
the
need
willingness
the willingness and you know the heart to actually learn other things, because you're not going to be on stage forever. You need to do other things.
everything goes with everything.
Yeah.
It's not a glamorous industry at all. It might seem, but fulfilling.
It
yes,
is, definitely.
like that's what gets me.
Yeah.
So it reminds me of like recently I went skydiving for the first time.
No, I'm not going to do that.
I must no. You don't have to. I'm just saying no. And it just
Yeah.
reminded me about wow, what value theatre actually put in my life, because in this situation, I'm going to be very brief about
Yeah.
it. Sorry, you are trained how to obviously be safe, know your gear, know your
Yeah,
drills,
yeah.
know exactly the procedures and
Yeah,
all that.
true.
And all this drama experience and theatre arts and performing and directing and learning experiences helped me to be more equipped for it. And although I was very scared, I did it
But you
and I
have
went
to,
through
you
it.
told yourself.
And I can only thank theatre for that. The processes of theatre, to be more specific, and the people that you engage with. Because, sorry, I'm talking so much.
No, no. Do not worry. Do not apologize.
But
It's okay.
I'm believably passionate about it.
Yeah.
I believe we all have limiting perspectives and views. You, me, him, doesn't matter who.
Yeah.
And it's not an insult, it's a reality. And we need to be aware of that. And the way that we can overcome those limitations is by engaging with one another and being prepared to be vulnerable with one another for the sake of the craft.
Sure.
Rather than for the sake of ourselves. Like when we do a production, we say, it's not about you, it's not about you, it's about the production.
It's about the production.
And
It's about the people, the audience
and,
as well.
and the audience, the production is like the audience included, everything. It's
everything is
not
there.
the individual.
Yeah.
And that's what unifies us, I've realized. That common purpose as well, it's beyond us.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what it is. It's our jobs as artists and as human beings to find out why we want to do what and live it to the fullest and expect resistance and find the ways to get over it, because solving problems equals happiness. Solving problems, even when, like, I'm thirsty now, I'm going to just solve this problem and be happy.
You understand? As easy as that.
But it does take some training and some you have to be disciplined. And it's easy, but to sustain it, that's the thing. And I think as we can learn as artists to how to sustain ourselves, I think it will carry over into our craft as well and into the industry.
Definitely, because this is what we want. We need sustainability.
That's
you know, Free State. You know, we are there, but I think we need to more exposure. We need more exposure, and we need our art industry to be sustainable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with the sustainability, I think exposure, yes, but I think skills, how to do it and how to apply it. It's a good thing to know and to read it. Here's a book about visual art.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to let you read it. I'm going to take it away, and I'm going to tell you, make me some art. It doesn't work like that.
I need some skill transfer.
You need some, yes.
Yeah.
There's some and that's
practical.
That's what we lack.
Yeah.
But it's actually an opportunity for us now to use that as a vehicle to connect everybody again. And I think sometimes I don't know even why I'm busy with things, but I know I love it. And
then you just do it.
And I just do it. And
but at least that you know your purpose and
exactly.
We need to know our purpose and our goal. If you have written down your goals and you say, by this time I want to have actually, accomplished that, you tick it. You know, it's actually good to actually go back to your drawing board and say, you know what, I finished this. And then you become proud of yourself. You understand?
Exactly. And it's building, I think we've been, I might be too honest, but in our recent years, we have not had the best of examples of leadership in our country. And it's no one's fault. It's just how life is.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they're all the leaders and all that, but there's a certain quality that comes through. And I think if we can change the habits within ourselves, it will transfer on a bigger scale. Instead of saying who's wrong and who's not doing what they're doing,
we should not
I think let's focus then on how do we do it right and take it from there.
We can actually do it ourselves.
Exactly.
Why can't we start? If we start doing something together,
yes,
that's what I'm saying. In Free State, I think we just need unity. Like now, if you're saying, okay, guys, I'm gonna post this, we're gonna have a workshop about this. We need to actually come. If you really want something, you really need to go out there and get it. There's nothing that is gonna come to you. You must go out there and get it.
yes. And I think we're step by step going in the right direction
We
by
are,
organizing
small by small.
the like the introduction to stage acting workshop
Yes.
that's open for the
Yo,
public.
I can't wait for that.
And you know, just take it organic. See who has a passion for it, who wants to
Yes.
continue, and then you can identify a group and
Yeah.
take them to a higher level of
Yeah.
training, and then a higher level of training, until we cultivate and develop more theatre practitioners or
Yeah.
performing artists, for that matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we need to start exploring more mediums within the theatre as well.
Yes, definitely.
And varieties.
Yeah.
And that's always been the case. But it's easy to talk about it, and it's another thing
to implement
to take that risk.
To do it, yeah.
Take that risk and trust everything to the process and just committing
but now that you are
sincerely.
here and we are talking,
That's it.
it's gonna happen.
Definitely.
We also took a loop of hope and say, let's do this. You know, we are seeing this hole here. Let's just go and fill it in. Let's do something. And now we are here. We are talking to artists about what they do. I think in that way, we are going to know each other in Free State. I'm gonna know that we have a film, somebody who does film. We have somebody who's a producer.
Exactly.
We have somebody who does modeling.
Yes.
We have a lot of people in Free State that we didn't know. A lot of people do not know who does what where. And then I think with this podcast, that is what we want to achieve, to know each other and help each other as well, collaborate, you know.
I love that what you said, to get to know each other.
Yes.
And to see you for who you are. Like,
Yes.
I might not agree with certain aspects of your personality, for instance. Not that I don't. It's an example, but we can still find a mutual ground, because that's what life is. You're not always involved with the people that you like.
That's true.
And art has also taught me the patience and the diligence to work through that. And I realized most of it was actually my own insecurities that I was projecting on why I don't like people.
Yeah.
But we all have our own journey. We all have our own journey.
And we have stories to tell.
And that's
At
how we
least
learn
have
from each
your
other as well.
testimony. And
Yes.
now we know each other because of that. You know.
Exactly.
That, Carl used to be like this. But now, which Carl are you talking about? Because the one I know is somebody who is just out there with people, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And also, I know a couple of people that I also would like to, give you the contacts to you and maybe invite them on as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're not on the scene in Bloemfontein, not that there's a very big scene happening, but I think the momentum is picking up now.
Yeah, it is.
It's
definitely.
really, I don't know how to say, but I can feel it. The things are picking up.
Yeah.
But how can we get people, in, like you said, in our Free State, in our Mateo Streek area, to also access this platform? And like you said earlier, before we came to the interview, how you're going to start in Bloem, and then we take it just outside Bloem, then we take it province for province, and then eventually national. So there's always I'm in it for the journey, not the destination.
I'm also in it for the journey, because you start somewhere. Once you start somewhere, and then you keep on learning, because we're also learning in this journey, you know.
Every day,
Every day we are learning something.
Never stop learning.
Yeah.
And once you think you know, then you must know you don't know.
We can never pet ourselves.
No.
We can never do that. So now we are talking about what you do, what you're doing, and your project. So I want to know, what has been like the negative side? What has, you know, affected, or in a bad way?
Yes. So negative things are great, because that's how you get to the other side again. Because you get, it's like the philosopher Aliwat says, you don't get any backs without fronts, and no fronts without backs. Everything goes together. And so the negative things, I would say it started with when we had the pandemic, COVID, and if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have the need to find out how can I use my skills in a different way. So that's how that prompted Ahumba. Wow. So I'm grateful for that in that sense. Not at the time, but
but now, now that when you look back,
because it's bigger than what we know, what we're actually busy with. So now and then we get a little glimpse of, that's the pattern. But yes, that's when because all my artist friends, we all were just like barely helping each other out of resources and things.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, we all have experience, we all know stuff. Why don't we share it with people and just ask them for a contribution for that? And yeah, that's why I created Abuba, to slowly but surely get the platform going.
Definitely.
But things take longer than what it seems. It does.
Yeah, but even if it takes longer, you know the result will be really great.
That's it. So like I said, like today, it's the 4th of April, right? So it's Ahumba is 1 year old today.
Woo!
Yeah, I should have brought a little cupcake, but woohoo! No, so yes, so a year ago Ahumba was registered and all that. It's a lot of admin and things, but it's the 1 year. So I hear once your business is 5 years, then your business is actually 1 year old. Then it survived.
Yeah, definitely.
But regardless, so yes, the COVID side definitely influenced my journey a lot. Oh, like a lot of people's.
Yeah.
But I now have a clearer idea of what I would like to do, what it means to me, and I have a clear idea of how to get there.
Yeah.
But I'd say don't overcomplicate things. Focus on the what, and the how will follow. If you're dedicated to the what, the how will follow.
Okay.
But it takes effort. We have to meet it 50%, and then life will give you the other 50%.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So as long as you are doing something, definitely.
But yeah, other than that, also, I love performing, and I don't know why.
But you are good at it. Why don't you know why? Like, you are so
I just
amazing.
love it. Like I said, I think it connects to what I learn about myself and how I can be. It sometimes makes you aware of things that you can adjust to be better for yourself and for other people as well. Sometimes you get a bad habit from a character that stays on a bit longer, but then it's your own fault if you don't do your rehab properly. Also, interesting thing, you know, people have a strange idea about acting and about performing a character, and